Good morning, everybody. Wow. Good morning. Thank you so much. That's pretty good for this early in the morning. Thank you guys very much. So what a warm welcome. I was saying to Chief Spaulding, this is a pretty early conference for being down at the beach. Breakfast started at 6 a.m. We're getting started. You guys weren't out last night, hopefully. Everybody seemed like they're wide awake. You must have had some coffee. But good morning, everyone. It really is wonderful to be here with you. Thank you, Chief Spaulding, for the kind introduction. It's an honor to be able to come down here to Ocean City to speak this morning at this annual training conference of the MML Police Executive Association, and to be among some of the outstanding leaders of Maryland's law enforcement community. I can tell you that every single day that I've served as governor, I have been immensely proud of all of our law enforcement officers, including those who serve in Maryland's 73 municipal police agencies. Everywhere I go, I stop and thank them and shake their hand in every town and every city. Thank them for their service and what they do every single day. Because our state and our nation owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to all of you and to all of the brave, proud members of the thin blue line who run toward the danger and adversity when others run away. Every single day, we rely on your dedication, your elite training, and your consistent preparation. And for eight years now, our administration has strongly and consistently supported the law enforcement community with public safety initiatives that enable you to be able to do your jobs more effectively. We worked with you to first enact and then expand tax cuts for the Hometown Heroes Act to provide much needed tax relief for our retired law enforcement officers and our firefighters and first responders. We invested in historic and well-deserved raises for police officers all across the state. We created a new Maryland Criminal Intelligence Network to collaborate with all of you in order to assist police and prosecutors in going after and taking down people who are responsible for so much of the violence. And I don't have to tell any of you in this room that it is an especially challenging time for members of law enforcement in our state and all across the nation. I can tell you in 2020, when the Defund the Police movement started gaining momentum, I was one of the very first leaders in America to speak out loudly and clearly against and to completely reject the idea. For what I've been saying for 2 years now, everywhere across the country, is that trying to reduce crime by defunding the police is dangerous, radical, far-left lunacy. And thinking that you can improve law enforcement by taking money away from the police is like saying you want to improve education by defunding the schools. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. Homicides are surging across the country. There's violent crime waves in every major city. Law enforcement agencies nationwide, including, I'm sure, many of the departments that you lead, are struggling to attract qualified candidates, and many current officers are retiring and simply choosing to walk away from the profession. It couldn't possibly be a worse time for anyone to call for defunding the police or for cutting public safety. The fact is that our police are under attack, they're underfunded, and to reverse the tide of rising crime, we need to stop sabotaging and demonizing our dedicated men and women in law enforcement who put their lives on the line every single day for the rest of us in order to keep us all safe. So instead of defunding the police, I said we were going to do just the opposite, that we were going to refund the police. And that's exactly what we did this year. We introduced and successfully and unanimously passed through the legislature a $500 million, that's a $500 million with a B, a Refund the Police initiative, and provided increased support for state and local police and increased crime control and prevention protection services all across Maryland. The initiative included a 50% increase in state police aid to local jurisdictions, historic salary increases and bonuses for law enforcement officers, and to ensure more competitive compensation and help with recruitment and retention. We had neighborhood safety grants to help communities support upgrades in hardware and lighting and cameras and increased security services for community organizations, business districts, main streets, and we put 100% state match fund for all Crime Stoppers rewards in order to incentivize more witnesses to come forward, to offer testimony. And we are fully funding all of the victim service providers in the state, 100% of them. And our Refund the Police initiative also includes a new accountability resource fund, which will pay for body cams for state and local police, for improved training, for teaching de-escalation techniques, and additional other critical tools for state and local police agencies. And we're directing more resources to Maryland Chiefs and Sheriff's Associations to help further expand operational training and support. In addition, through this year's budget, we funded priority public safety projects all across the state, including the construction of new police precincts, firehouses, state police barracks, as well as an unprecedented level of additional resources to bring more prosecutors and staff into the U.S. Attorney's Office that the state is paying for, so that we can get more violent offenders off the streets. And all of this is meant to provide a shot in the arm to our state and local police agencies and to assist you in your critical efforts to stop crime. In addition to investing more in law enforcement and public safety, we pushed legislators again this year to pass tougher laws that hold violent criminals accountable for repeatedly shooting people, for repeat violent offenders and gun felonies, trigger pullers, to get them off the streets. And the legislature, at the very least, owed the victims and their families a vote on this issue. It was, again, the most important bill of the entire legislative session. It's already passed the Senate twice before. Once again, they failed to act. And now they're going to have to try to explain to the 90% of the voters in Maryland who want that bill why it didn't get done. So I wish them luck with that. It's going to be a tough year for some of them. This is, and it will continue to be, the single most important issue for Marylanders. In a few weeks, we're going to recognize National Police Week, and we will honor and pay tribute to our fallen heroes. And that was nice at the beginning here to recognize our more recent fallen heroes. You know, I've spent far too many times in a church or in a hall where I'm with a fallen police officer or firefighter and asked to give remarks. I'll never forget what that's like. And to look out at a sea of blue and to see the kind of support the officers that show up, not just from that fallen officer's department, but from across the state and across the country. And it's a special bond people in law enforcement have, and it's one that we can't ever take for granted. I've been to too many of these funerals where, we go out there for the heroes who stand on the front lines to protect the rest of us, and but it also gives me a chance to see and thank the other officers that continue to do their job each and every day, even when they've got a loss of a friend. So in closing, I just want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for choosing to serve and protect the people of our state. And I can tell you that not a single day goes by when I'm not grateful for your service and the sacrifices that you and your families make. And I want all of you to know, each and every one of you, that you will continue to have my full support, that I will continue to have your back and stand with you. And I just want to thank you for giving me the incredible opportunity to serve as your governor for the past 8 years. It's been the honor of a lifetime, and I wouldn't have been here without all of your support. But may God bless and protect all of the leaders in this room and all of those who serve under you, and God bless our entire law enforcement community, and may God continue to bless the great state of Maryland. Thank you very much.